Helena is eating carrots, or rather a carrot. And we're gonna talk about using chat in a corporate environment at work, but to be more productive and not to be distracted. As I was saying in a previous episode of my vlog, chats are not inherently bad, but today's technology and today's offices, it was in the episode about offices, and today's offices are places where it is very, very difficult to stay focused, and it is very, very difficult to make meaningful work and to finish tasks. Actually, that's why, for example, a lot of people use the Pomodoro technique, because it gives them the opportunity to be focused for 25 minutes and then to be interrupted. Thank you to one of my viewers that commented recently about the Pomodoro technique. This is a very good point. And so the distractions in today's offices are, for example, other coworkers that are coming and asking us something, and it's also the chat applications like Slack, like Microsoft Teams, like Facebook for work, like WhatsApp for work. Also, there's plenty of those chat applications, and the bad thing about the chat applications is that they require you to be constantly online and to be answering to every message. And this is a problem if you want to make some kind of meaningful work, because it's either you will be focused on the meaningful work or you will answer to the chats. You cannot do both. And if you think you can multitask like that, no, you can't. And so the chats are a big problem in the office environment. But it's not that every chat is bad and you cannot use chats productively and to a good purpose. But you should think about how your team will use the chat. One of the chat applications that is different from those products I mentioned earlier is Twist by the makers of Todoist, because they have thought out a chat application that is actually not interrupting and is created in order to be able to work in an asynchronous way. So if you are thinking about a chat application today, I highly recommend trying out Twist, because it's different. It's very different from Slack, from Microsoft Teams and other interrupting chats. But what if the chat application is already chosen and you have to live with it somehow and make meaningful work? Well, there is three big good practices you can use in your work in order to limit the interruptions that those chats can create. First of all, if you communicate with your coworkers or with your team, please don't expect an instant reply, because as much as you want to focus on your work, your coworkers also want to focus on their work, so don't expect an instant reply. If it's urgent, call them with the phone or with another voice communication channel, but do not text them using a chat application. Don't expect an instant reply. Send the chat and let them reply when they will feel it's the appropriate moment to reply. Second good practice is not to use chat to make things that should be done with other software and other tools. For example, don't use chat to gather information. Don't use chat as your task list, and don't use chat to ask your coworkers to make tasks. If you want to give them something to do, some kind of work to be done, use a project management tool like Asana or Todoist, but don't use a chat channel, because it's a misuse of this tool. A chat channel, a chat application should be used to communicate rapidly, to ask simple questions. How fast something will be done, or what is the status of something, or have you called Mr. Smith? Very specific and very short things should be asked using a chat. If you want someone to participate in your project's meaningful way, use a project management tool, or if you don't have a project management tool, then send an email, but don't do it using a chat. So we are leaving the hotel Natura Mazur and Mazury today. It was a nice stay, but we're also a little bit tired, if you know what I mean. And also, do not overuse the chat, and especially do not overuse the group chat functions that all those tools offer, because not always everybody has to know everything. And if you want really to send a message to a group of people, think who should really be inside this group and who will be really interested by receiving your message, because 90% of the time fewer people will have to be on this list than you think initially. So those are the three best practices using chat that I would recommend. And really, if you are using right now a chat and you're seeing that your teams are being distracted, please think about changing the application, because there's a lot of applications today that are better than Slack and Microsoft Teams and all those behemoths everybody is accustomed to use. And also a lot of people use bad chat tools for their work. For example, a lot of people use WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger to coordinate teamwork, and those are not tools that were meant for that. The application Twist I mentioned earlier is far better for team chat, and maybe changing the tool today in 2020 will be a better solution than to think how to evade the distractions made by poor or poorly thought out chat applications like Microsoft Teams or Slack. If you have your thoughts about how to use a chat application, or maybe you would like to share how you use in your company a chat tool, do not hesitate to leave a comment below. Tell me whether you use Microsoft Teams or Slack, or maybe you know the Twist application I mentioned earlier. Let me know in the comments which of the chat tools you use. And see you in the next vlog episode. Bye bye!